to mind is Muang. He couldn't make it. All right. Welcome to the annual general meeting for 2025. My name is Paul Kesselman. For those of you who don't know me, I am the president of the Mission to Myanmar, or better known as M2M for short, and it is my absolute pleasure, honor, and privilege to be hosting this meeting, and I thank you sincerely for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend some time with us today. And we do have a quorum. We only have 3 people on the board of directors. We have 2 out of 3 here today. Present are Paul Kesselman, yours truly, PK for short, and Anand Bhatt, or better known as AB for short. We have an apology from Muang due to wet weather and other commitments. Kennedy is one of our recipients from Myanmar. He is also present, so you can put that under the list of attendees. Great to have you with us, Kennedy. And I did not receive any formal apologies from Clive Perring, so for the time being, you can mark that down under absentees. Okay. Let me just pull up, I think it's the previous meeting minutes. Am I on the right track, Anand? The previous meeting minutes? Yes, okay. And I'm going to quickly share my preferred monitor, my larger screen. This should just take a second or two. Anand, can you see it?
Yeah.
You can? Okay, all right, great. So the roll call is done. Okay, President's speech. I don't want to spend too much time talking about financials and number crunching. I just want to let you know that the last financial year was better financially for us than the year before that, despite the fact that there's been a lot of movements. And the movements have taken its toll on me because I used to live in East Brisbane and now I live on the Fraser Coast. But all of that is behind us. That can no longer be used as an excuse. And Mission to Myanmar is building, literally, again, which we haven't done for a long time. Not only due to my movements, but before I started moving, we had the COVID disaster and we had various other problems. But as I said before, there's no need to dwell on the past. That's all behind us. We are still in a good financial position to continue clothing, feeding, and educating all of our recipients in Myanmar, most of whom are operating as boarding schools and places of refuge for financially disadvantaged children from low socioeconomic neighborhoods, from war-torn communities. So, as I mentioned before, we're building again, which is absolutely amazing. If time permits, I might even play a video clip, which I'm sure both Kennedy and Anand you've seen. I only put it up less than 2 weeks ago, and we already have over 40 views, and we have 3 likes. So that's definitely something to shout about. Going forward, Australian society is going through difficult times. Financially, very hard times, and some people have been forced into getting a secondary job. So as a result of that, a lot of people have very little time for fun stuff. And I think that Anand and I would rather spend our limited leisure time doing events rather than getting bogged down doing administrative work. So my vision for the future is to outsource. If you don't know what that means to take the most tedious admin duties and to send them offshore, even if we have to pay a small amount of money for it out of our salaries. We will do that just so that we can use our very limited spare time to do so much more for the mission to Myanmar. We are not currently on the mission field, but there's much better ways for people like Anand and I to spend our limited leisure time than to be sitting around doing number crunching. And that's all I have to say. That's the president's speech. Please, if you have questions, please hold on to them. Just some more formalities. Okay, motion one is the previous, the minutes from the previous meeting. AGM. Oh, I'm looking at them. Right. Just scrolling down to the next page. Okay, so the re-election of the directors. I was re-elected, so was Anand. Harry was re-elected. Clive was given permission to continue his probation with a view to extend. Shipment to Myanmar. Well, it doesn't look like that's going ahead anytime soon. There are reasons for that. Building projects, we do consider building projects and land acquisition projects on a case-by-case basis. I think we succeeded in having better accounts management to some extent in terms of having better relationships with maybe one or two recipients for each director, that is. Physical presence through market stalls, yes. We do go to the markets, the Howard markets to be precise, from March straight through to November. Once a month, from March to November. Okay, look, we're always on the lookout for more volunteers. We did have a paddle-a-thon event, and I'm pleased to say that we definitely did have the support. That was very well planned, and we had plenty of volunteers. But we're always on the lookout for more people to help us with some fun stuff like graphic design and video editing. If truth be told, I'm still doing most of those things. We do have quarterly members meetings. Okay, at the moment, Clive is normally I wouldn't say this at a meeting, but if truth be told, I'm still hosting them. Because my understanding was that he would take that off my shoulders, but as it stands, I'm still hosting these meetings. Right, we did accept the financial reports. This is going back 2 years. We did publish an annual report. If you don't know where that is, let me know at the end of the meeting. I can share that. But you can get a copy from the ACNC website. Okay, we did talk about the paddle-a-thon. Back then we called it a kayak-a-thon. We decided to prioritize land versus buildings. In other words, for people who want to build, we're more comfortable financially supporting recipients that already have a block of land compared to recipients that don't have land and don't have buildings. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? So that might help explain why we decided that we would support Joseph's building project first. And that building project is currently in progress. Okay, and better procedures for those recipients who want to accept in refugees, in other words, internally displaced people. So I'm pleased to say that recipients like Muang are following protocol rather than just accepting people emotionally. It's a very emotional decision, but as it stands, the money does not come off a tree. It doesn't grow on a tree. It has to come from somewhere. So, in a nutshell, uh, it's not a bad thing to accept people if you have space, but it's better if you check with M2M first before formally accepting them into your rental accommodation, so to speak. And that's exactly what Muang did. Anyway, that's all I have to say in relation to the meeting minutes from the last AGM. So I'd like to propose that we accept it. Anand, would you second that,
Yes.
please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Second.
All right. Okay, I can put this away. I have plenty of PDFs open. Okay, I think that takes care of the first agenda item. Yes, formal acceptance of the meeting minutes. So that was motion one. Okay, I believe motion two is my re-election, is it not?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So if re-elected, I'll continue the website maintenance. We have two major websites, two public websites. We've got the M2M website, and we have the sister child sponsorship program website, or better known as CSP. So if re-elected, I will continue web maintenance. I will try my best to liaise with donors and recipients, sometimes via email, sometimes via phone call, or social media channels. Any printed promotional items. You might remember the paddle-a-thon, and I was involved in printing that and managing the CSP. I'm not just talking about the website, actually promoting it and making sure that the children have sponsors. So Anand, would you like to propose this motion?
Yes.
Okay, and I will second it.
Okay.
Okay, motion three to formally re-elect Anand as a director for 12 months. Main responsibilities include social media with a focus on the Facebook pages. We do have, I think, two from memory. There's the M2M Facebook page, and there's also one for the child sponsorship program.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we need any more. We do have some other social media channels, which uh, it's up to you. I'm not going to put pressure on your shoulders, Anand, but we do have TikTok. That's for any video clips from our recipients, and we do have Instagram, which has not been very well defined. So this is the major M2M Facebook page. The reason we have over 500 followers is because of you, Anand. You've really been pushing that. And from memory, we also have one for the child sponsorship program, which
Yeah.
could use a little bit more elbow grease. Okay, and we digress. You'll be managing one recipient's account monthly until we can send that offshore. And from time to time, I will need your help with sending money overseas. So I hope you're satisfied with that. I would like to put the motion forward to propose that we re-elect Anand for 12 months. And
Thank you. I'll take that.
thank you. Okay. Now, this is the part of being in charge as president. There are many administrative roles and responsibilities, some of which are not very nice. Um, the next motion is whether to re-elect Clive as the director of the mission to Myanmar for 12 months. He did well in his probation, which ended maybe about 5 or 6 months ago, and then after that, things changed. It's been difficult to contact him. He has missed a few meetings without apology, which, according to the Constitution, it's stackable. It is possible to remove directors. That's actually a serious infraction. I'm not 100% clear on what's going on behind closed doors, but needless to say, it's none of my business, and this is not the right time or the right place to be prying into people's personal affairs. Uh, we need him to help us. There are a couple of administrative duties which he has not really been doing. As I mentioned, hosting the quarterly online meetings. was decided and mandated at the previous meeting. We haven't seen that, right? And the management of 2 recipients' accounts. Last month, I had to do that all by myself. Okay. Um, well, I can tell you that more often than not, I've been the one sending e-newsletters. So if it's left up to me, and you can agree or disagree, my decision is that Clive has more important things to do at this point in time, and that we should release him from this responsibility so that he can do whatever he needs to do. And once he has settled his personal affairs, then we can talk about his reappointment under similar conditions. Because Anand and I, we have other, we have lives, we have other responsibilities, we have jobs as well. Mission to Myanmar doesn't pay us so that we can pay our bills, right? So directorship is serious. We have no room for lay members. We need serious board members, active board members. At this point in time, there is no room for complacency. So I would like to change the wording. Motion to remove Clive Perring as a director of the mission to Myanmar. Now, I stress that he can still volunteer, he can still donate, and I'm not placing any restriction. If approved, my motion to remove him, then he can still become a financial member if he chooses to do that. So, Anand, I ask that you change the wording. Motion to remove Clive Perring as director of the mission to Myanmar, proposed by Paul Kesselman. Anand, what would you like to do?
Seconded by Anand. Yep, seconded by Anand.
Seconded. Okay, it's done. The mission to Myanmar will have to take action to recruit as quickly as possible so that we can continue to send money overseas. Okay, motion. The next one, I think, is to formally accept the financial statements from the last financial year. Let's keep it simple. Our financial year ends at the end of the year. This is because Mission to Myanmar was formally registered in February. Most organizations in Australia have a financial year which ends on the 30th of June. This rule does not apply to us. Our financial year starts on the 1st of January and will end on the 31st of December. Now, we had a total in our bank. We had money in various bank accounts coming to a grand total of $28,695.95. We do not list hard assets like land and buildings because they do not belong to us. To cut a long story short, foreigners are forbidden from owning or purchasing anything in Myanmar. So any hard assets, they would be owned by our recipients. That's why we only list the cash at bank. Needless to say, I had a look at our bank accounts. At the moment, we've got about $22,500. So we're doing okay. Okay, some liabilities because from time to time the directors have put in their own capital. The directors have their own jobs, paid work, and sometimes we've been making contributions. And rounding from foreign exchange, from interest rates, and etc., comes to $30. So giving us a grand total of $1,532 of liabilities. The net assets is the asset amount reduced by the liabilities, giving us $27,163.95. I think the retained earnings Is that the profits or from the previous year? I think it's probably from the previous year, the previous year's profits, or whatever was left over, and the current year earnings. Yep, retained earnings is from the previous year, which is positive.
Okay.
Yep, and this is from the end of 2024. A net profit of $12,778, giving us the same equity figure. So this is a balance sheet. It, it means that it has to balance. The equity, the total equity, is the same as assets minus liabilities. So I'll just slip that into the chat box. If you're not au fait with accounting, equity is always equal to assets minus liabilities. Okay? The figures are exactly the same, so it balances. Okay? If they're not the same, then you have reason to worry. Okay, that's the balance sheet and the profit and loss statement. Okay, for the last financial year, all of our accounts except for the transactional account, which we use to send money overseas, accrue interest. And we do not have to pay tax on that. We have an exemption because we're not for profit. So as a result of bank interest, we had $337.23 of bank interest in 1 year. Okay, most people and businesses and churches, etc., that donated to us, they fall into this category, other revenue. Okay, $53,700. And sales, that's when we go to the markets, and also after sales as well at other venues, just under $1,000. So total, gross profit, $55,043.26. Okay. Most of the money that we spent, general expenses, this is what happens when we send money overseas. So out of $55,043, $40,323.11 was sent overseas. Okay, we incurred a little bit of advertising expenses. We were testing our new Square terminal at the market, so we got charged $1. Sorry, we got charged a penny, 1 cent. Don't worry, we got it back. Right, entertainment expenses for events when we have things like drinks, hot dogs, prizes, etc. $338.98. Insurance was a little bit more expensive because we needed a council permit. We found a way to have our events without going through the council process. So we will never see this figure again. This is the most expensive insurance we've ever paid for. It was nearly $900. Okay, PayPal fees. Most of our donors, they just send us a bank transfer. But if you go through PayPal, every time you go through PayPal, PayPal takes a cut. So we lost $14.98. Subscriptions are things like Xero for accounting purposes. And there was something else. It's just slipped my mind. I'm sorry. And telephone and internet expenses, that would be for hosting, because we have a business hosting plan with GoDaddy, and Mission to Myanmar does take up a fair bit of resources. So in reality, it's closer to $800 a year. So the charity does not pay anywhere near that much. I still have some commercial customers. I charge them to help me pay. Right, so total operating expenses was $42,264.44, giving us a net profit of $12,778.82. The company, sorry, I know it's a charity, but in the Australian government's eyes, there is no such legal structure. Most charities are trusts or companies. That's why I use the word company. We're a CLG. CLG stands for, I'm just going to put it in the chat box, Company Limited by Guarantee. So even though we're not for profit, and the government knows that, we're still a company. That's our legal structure. This is why we have an annual general meeting, and this is why we have to have a board of directors. Okay, so our company is solvent. Okay, it means that we are above the water. It means that we can pay our bills, and we are still in a good financial position to support our recipients in Myanmar. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. We are solvent.
Mm.
And,
Okay.
if you need a copy of these, uh, I presume that you've already seen them before, but if you need a copy, let me know if you've lost your copy. So I put through I propose that we formally accept the financial statements from the last financial year. Anand, can you please second that?
Yes, I second it.
Thank you. Okay, now Microsoft. Microsoft sent me an email not too long ago to say that they'll be bumping us off the business premium. The good news is we can stay if we choose another product. It's called Business Basic. It will still come with OneDrive. As a matter of fact, every director will have 1 terabyte of space on OneDrive, which is a lot more space than Google Drive. Google Drive you have to pay. They recently took $30 from me for 100 gigabytes. So 1 terabyte is a lot more space. So if approved, what's going to happen is I will have to put all of the Mission to Myanmar accounts on the Business Basic plan. And then after that, we can, with the help of Anand, and we might also need some volunteers as well, we will need to move a lot of data from the Google Drive to Microsoft's OneDrive. Microsoft products such as Word and Excel will be used online. Okay, sorry, the web versions. And as soon as you press save, you don't have to, it will automatically save to OneDrive. So OneDrive, if approved, will be the new central location for all of our files and folders. Anand, would you like to propose that we go
Yes, I'd
ahead with
like to
this?
propose. Yep.
And I will second it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, now there's no need for alarm. The next motion, it depends how you read it. It's just to investigate. It's permission to knock on a few doors. I'm sure that there are a couple of charities in Australia that are a little bit bigger than us and more established. It means that they've been operating for much longer than the Mission to Myanmar. So we've been operating for over 7 years now, and it's difficult for us, especially for me in a regional area, to get the financial support for things like buildings and land acquisitions. Those projects are very expensive. So with the board's permission, I would like to investigate the possibility of merging or even changing the structure through an acquisition with a larger like-minded charity. I have my sights set on Baptist Mission Australia. There are some other organizations we can possibly knock on some doors as well. I don't know what kind of response we will get, but as I said before, it's just to investigate, just to have permission to ask. And would you like to propose this?
Yes, please. I would like to propose a possibility of a merger or an acquisition with a different um, like-minded charity in Australia.
Well, we can investigate that. Seconded by me.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the next motion is a little bit more pressing. Pressing means this is something that I would like to do before I investigate mergers and acquisitions. Um, the most time-consuming and tedious administrative duties. Yes, I am talking about the number crunch and the audit. It's time to move this offshore. I would like, if I had the money, I would like to employ somebody locally, but everything in Australia is very, very expensive. So there are a couple of countries in the Asia Pacific region where English is widely spoken, the cost of labor is cheaper, and I think now is a good time to investigate the possibility of moving the most tedious and time-consuming admin duties offshore. I propose that we do this. Anand, what are your thoughts?
I would second. Yes, please.
Thank you. Right. Yeah, that takes us to the Tiki Wiki. The Tiki Wiki was set up by one of the founders. I'm one of the founders, and to start the charity, I had to have 3 people on the board. Otherwise, we could not register. One of my fellow directors, he took the initiative and started a wiki. It's like an intranet, a password protected website where we could store procedures and guidelines. We haven't really used it very well as we should have. But we have a, a business plan with GoDaddy, and the scripting language is called PHP, is the scripting language. So this programming language, it evolves. It has changed a lot since we started M2M. And as a result of software upgrades, the TikiWiki has stopped working. Now, it's going to take a very long time to make it work again. We never paid for it. It's free. So I'm saying instead of spending time trying to fix it, maybe it's better to find a replacement, a free replacement instead. There are other bulletin boards, there are other wikis that you don't have to pay for, and there's even Microsoft OneNote and possibly SharePoint as well. I have a
Okay.
job as an English teacher. I teach English to mostly Latin Americans. I know how SharePoint works. We could just as well use SharePoint for this purpose. So I propose that instead of fixing TikiWiki, that we look for a replacement instead. How do you feel about this proposal, Anand?
That feels like the right way to go. Thank you. I do second that.
Thank you. Okay, I'm very happy to continue going to the Howard markets. I'm very grateful to Howard Baptist Fellowship, HBF, for giving us a couple of square meters completely free of charge. Once a month from March to November. They're closed in January. February is not a good month. It's very humid, and much of the same can be said for December. I've been there before, and I did not make one single penny in December or February. So, if approved, I am committed to going to the Howard markets for as long as I'm still here in this part of the world, from March to November. And I overheard a rumor my mother will be sending up a shipment. Maybe that's the wrong word, road freight. She's going to send up a truck full of plain trays, which will really complement the merchandise that HBF sell. They sell jams and pickles and cookies and cakes. So that's my proposal. Anand, can you second
Yes,
it,
yes.
please?
Thank you. Yes, I will second it with thanks.
Okay, thank you. Now, I'm very happy to continue going to the Fraser Coast Baptist Church FCBC once a month to deliver a mission report. FCBC support other missionaries. Most of them are based in Asia, not in Myanmar specifically. So there is a mission spot for me, and I've actually found a way to do this remotely. If you don't understand what remotely means, it means I don't have to be there. I can be overseas. I've paid for not using M2M money, I'm using my own money. I've paid for a video software license. There's a video editing software called Power Director, and it is AI generated. It's amazing. As a result of my software subscription, I was able to put together this clip. It's similar to a PowerPoint slideshow, but it's automated. So I don't have to go there and I don't have to click. Let me play this clip. I think you've seen it before, but for those of you who are watching the playback, you're in for a treat. Well, it beats PowerPoint. Death by
Yeah,
PowerPoint. Even primary school
definitely.
children don't respond well to PowerPoints anymore. It's time for us to move in this direction, which is video over PowerPoint. Anyway, I think I've said enough. I've made my point. So I propose that I continue taking the monthly mission spot. Anand, your thoughts?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Seconded by you?
Yes,
Thank you. Okay, and I think that brings us to the last motion. And feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Have we got just one more motion and that's it?
that's right. Yes,
Okay. Look, I enjoyed creating the annual report. It's not an easy thing to do, but like most primary school teachers, I will have I will have plenty of time in December and January to write up an annual report. So with your permission, we would like to deliver an annual report before the end of January 2026. Okay, and that will be
yes,
my
please.
last perp. Would you like to propose that, Anand?
Yes, I would like to propose that.
And I
You're
will
happy to
second
second
it.
that?
Yes, I'm happy to second the last motion, motion 12, which is about the annual report. So look, any questions, Q&A? Any comments? Did I miss something, Anand? Is there any other issue that needs to be discussed here?
No, I think my class this Saturday was already being discussed in the previous meeting, which was going ahead, and we've got like 7 or 8 signed up, so but not part of this.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's better than nobody
Yeah,
at all. Eight people.
yeah,
So please take, I don't know, a projector or a little monitor or something, and show them that video clip. And you can also,
yeah,
just a thought, I made a comment today. I should have made a comment sooner, just to direct people to the What's On page. So after the video clip, and I put the community hall project at the very top, so that you
that's
can't
right.
miss it. Okay,
Yeah,
for those people who need more information, and if call to give, well, that's not really my department, but if they have a very strong urge or feeling to support this project, well, they can.
got it.
Thank you. All right.
And I've already put it in our business page for everyone to see so that everyone can see rather than 7, 8. It's gone to everyone, so which is better, I think.
Yes, but the 7 or 8 people, they're busy and they'll probably forget. It's only going to take
Yeah,
you 1 minute and 43 seconds, so please do play the clip.
yeah,
Unless they say, yeah, we've seen it. I don't think so. Maybe five out of 8 people have seen it. You put something
right.
up on the internet, it doesn't mean that everybody's watched it, Anand.
Yes.
That's just the world that we live in. Too fast, too
Yeah.
furious. Okay, Kennedy, any comments,
Yeah,
questions?
no question, but I have a comment. Your work is amazing. So through you, through Mission to Myanmar, in these difficult times in Myanmar, we live very peacefully. Many young children are educated very well. So we are so grateful. We are really, really grateful from um, our heart. So we are so thankful for all these things you have been doing. You are very faithful people. You both are very faithful on Mission to Myanmar. I'm very grateful for this heart. God bless your souls in your heart.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Kennedy.
Well, I I can't give you a chocolate, but I can give you a reaction.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for your kind remarks. Well, this is not my mission. This is God's mission. These are not my talents.
Right.
These are God-given talents. I'm the crazy nut who suspended a bumblebee. That's all I'm good for. The rest is God's work. God's work through me and my team.
That's true.
Okay. Well, if that's all for today, I'm sure that Kennedy, you need to go back to your teenagers, and Anand has a family to support. So let's part company, and I'm sure that we will meet again. Kennedy, if there's anything you need, we can use this platform, Microsoft Teams, again. You don't have to wait until the next QOM or the next AGM. Okay, we are here for you. If there's an urgent matter, let us know, and we're happy to have another meeting in private using Microsoft Teams. Isn't that right, Anand?
Yep, absolutely.
Today, by God's grace, I met with the government school president. And as I have mentioned before, this year, God willing, I will accept 5 more children, very young children. So I have been trying to reject them because they lost their parents. One lady from Rakhine, from the aircraft from above, 500, something like that, bomb. Her both parents are immediately passed away, and 2 brothers. So she alone, and they sent to us. I have 5 kids, and this evening, just 2 p.m. from Myanmar, I talked with the government president. He said You are a very lucky person because you have a privilege to help those people. And so I submitted in the government school. So totally now, including me, we are 26 members. We are 26 members and we are full at home. But God is our provider. We are so thankful, Mission to Myanmar, for faithfully, monthly, supporting us through financial, praying for us, and loving us, caring us. We are so grateful. The money that you send to us, use, I will manage with that money as much as I can, as much I can run. So we are 26 members, and the school will be started coming Monday, from coming Monday to the end of March 2026. So about 9 months. So from Monday onward, they will start the classes. I will be again busy for, in the library, helping in teaching, managing their timetable or something like that. So I will be very busy. But as God called me for doing children ministry, day or night, even I'm busy, I'm very healthy, I'm very happy. It is my pleasure to serve a very, orphanage, very poor children. I am very happy and I am very lucky. I am very blessed person for serving God through children ministry. And moreover, I would like to say Anna and my brother Paul for your faithfulness in God's ministry. Mission to Myanmar is not your ministry. Our ministry is God's ministry. We need to faithful. I'm very grateful for both of you for your faithfulness in serving God through Mission to Myanmar. So this, let me say my thanks word and my last word. I'm very grateful for loving Myanmar and the people in Myanmar and serving faithfully to Mission to Myanmar. May God bless both of you. And every night, every day, we pray for both of you, for your family members, and Mission to Myanmar, and all teams members, including the recipients, Rangoon, Pakokku, in other places. Day and night, we pray for those who are, including in Mission to Myanmar family members. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Thank you, Kennedy. It's an absolute honor and privilege to continue to support you. Thank you for your passion. Thank you for being such a good role model, teacher, and you're an excellent farmer as well. You've got a much bigger green thumb compared to me. My garden is shocking compared to yours. I could learn a thing or two from you. I assume that you have enough space to accommodate these young children, but it's important to discuss these matters with Mission to Myanmar first, because I don't think your government is paying to feed, clothe, and educate the new arrivals. And
Nothing.
well, money does not grow on a tree in Australia. So
Right.
it is important to check these things with us first. I'm confident that you have all the resources you need,
Right.
and based on the amount of money that we're sending you on a monthly basis, I'm confident that you will have enough money to make ends meet. But again, I stress, in the future, please check with me or with Anand. Okay?
Yes.
Don't just accept another 30 people.
No
Even if you
more. No more.
even if you have space for another 3 people, still, please check with us first. Okay?
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No worries. Okay, well, that's all I have to say. I need to go and do something else now. Anand, is there anything else you have to say?
Well, that's all. So 7:27 now in our computers. Closing time.
Yes, confirmed. Close this meeting at 7:27 p.m.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good
Thank you.
evening to
Bye-bye.
you, Anand,
Bye.
and good afternoon to Kennedy.
Good night. Good night from Myanmar. Good night. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.